So will the recording stop once you leave?
No,
Okay, cool.
they should be coming in now.
Okay. Don't have any audio, Linda.
Right, there was none prior to.
Oh, okay.
Should hear us now. Hey guys.
If our toughest opponent, they may be bigger, stronger, faster, but I'll never surrender. Who am I? A champion.
Unbreakable, unstoppable, unbelievable.
Weakness will not be in my heart. Defeats will not be in my creed. Who am I? I'm a monster. A beast.
No one will defy me or deny me.
Champion. Belief is my superpower.
It has moved mountains.
It has put a man on the moon.
I believe in myself even when others doubt me.
Who am I? I am a champion.
History will remember me, and the world will know my name. Who am I?
Yeah.
That was my favorite commercial from the Super Bowl.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Information Technology Speak IT series. We are excited to be with you on today. We thank you so much for joining. As Gabriella said, that was my favorite commercial as well. With that, let me just mute some people. There we go. So we are excited to be here with you. My name is Linda Donaldson. I am the department chair for information technology, and this Speak IT series is in conjunction with our IT advisory board, Theron Howard, who is our chair, and we do have some great guests that we will be doing for this spring edition of Speak IT. Today we have Tech Buffalo with us, and we have Miss Gabriella with us, who is going to be, she will introduce herself. So hopefully this will not be your last time with us. We do have another one scheduled, so be on the lookout for that email. So I am going to allow Theron to go ahead and continue on with the presentation. And again, thank you so much for being with us.
Okay, thank you, Linda. And as Linda articulated, I'm the Information Technology Advisory Board Chair. I'm also an adjunct with ECC. We want to welcome you all to our speaker series for the spring 2026. As Linda noted, we're very excited to have Gabriella as our first speaker from Tech Buffalo this afternoon. And what we want to do is to have a little bit of information from Gabriella to you all, but also for all of you to participate in a conversational mode in chat. So please mute your lines unless you're ready to ask a question. If you really are afraid to turn your cameras on or ask a question, throw it in the chat line and I will articulate that question to Gabriella. But again, we want these to be conversational modes. And as I looked with the speakers, I think from Daniel's audio, Daniel Palumbo, thanks for getting a group of individuals in a room together. So keep them in order best as you can, Dan, and push them to ask some questions, because these events are for you guys to ask the people we bring to these particular conversations with you. All the questions or any of the questions that you want to ask us. And I believe we have a very good lineup of events to share with you for the spring of 2026. So Gabriella, I'm going to turn it over to you right now. I'll monitor the line and let's keep it rolling. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction. I'm really excited to be with you all today. So, as everyone said, my name is Gabriella Mckinley, and I'm the programs coordinator over at Tech Buffalo. So, as we were saying, I want this to be a conversation, number one, that makes my job so much easier because when I'm conversating, right, it's natural and what comes next comes naturally. So, I'm going to encourage you also. So, if you don't want to turn your mic on or you don't want to turn your video on, you can also use the reactions in the chat. That way I can see like who's raising their hand, or I could see who's liking something, right? Or if I should speak on something more, right? Feel free to use all the tools there. So what I want to start with is a question, really. I want to get to know who I'm talking to, get to know you students a little bit more. So I want to know if you guys can tell me about your career goals, if you can tell me what majors we have represented here. You can raise your hand and I can call on you, or if you just want to unmute, that works as well.
All right, Corbin, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Corbin, you want to say?
I'm Corbin Moreno. I am graduating this summer, and I'm starting next week, Monday, at Kaleida Health for a contract job.
Fabulous. Fabulous. And what are you studying?
Computer information systems.
Fabulous.
So we graduated from Alfred State, and then the other three that are here, they're going to be going, and they're at ECC current students. So they're at the very start of their journey. So we've been starting, so I'll let you guys just say your name and what program, okay? Your program, ECC, and what are you studying? So what are you guys working on currently? Let's talk about that.
Game design.
So we're doing a little bit of programming using Unity and a little bit of software development. So what do you guys want to do? Michael?
I want to get into video game design.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
All right.
Some sort of coding.
Some sort of coding, and?
Yeah, same thing, like coding software.
Yep.
Okay, fabulous. Fabulous. Do we have, like I said, you guys can use your reactions so I can see hands. Do we have other people that are interested in coding? I see someone says, cybersecurity we got in the chat. Okay, fabulous. So I'm speaking to the right group. Yes, okay. Herschel also interested in coding. All right, we have networking. Fabulous. What do you mean by networking, Sean? You could unmute yourself. Programming, fabulous. Network engineer or admin. Cool.
One thing to ask too, when you guys say programming, in what languages? And do you know what the hottest programming language or languages are out right now that you should be focusing in on? You're a quiet group.
Focusing on Python. Got you.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Herschel.
Okay, so yeah, I'm getting responses a lot in the chat, and that's cool. I'll just make sure that I shift what I'm gonna do so that we could also like utilize the chat a lot more. Perfect. So for everything that you all are studying, that you guys are studying, internships, right, are still going to be really important. And that's what I'm here to really talk about. Right now, Tech Buffalo, and I'm going to get a little bit into what Tech Buffalo is and who we are. Tech Buffalo is currently recruiting for interns that are looking for careers in tech, right, which is all of you, even if it's something that's tech aligned, like marketing or business, right? Though most of you guys are technologists, from what I'm hearing, right? So even if it's if as a technologist, you're going to need to utilize and take advantage of the internship opportunities that are available within the Western New York area. And Tech Buffalo is an excellent connector for you to the corporations and to the companies that are looking for new tech talent, right? That's where we come in. Because oftentimes the burden can fall on you to apply to however many, 15, 17, 20, right? Different companies, hoping that someone sees your skills, your talent, your ability, and that they reach back out to you. We really streamline that process. And we've created one application that allows you to talk to and allows you to connect with employers from all over Western New York. So rather than having to fill out 15 different applications, you fill out one application and those employers come directly to you. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, God, that. There we go. Why isn't it going?
It's not coming up yet. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. It should come up. Now, are you able to see?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to put this in presentation mode. Fabulous. Okay, so the program that I'm describing is called Power Up Tech. Now, has anyone heard of Power Up Tech or Tech Buffalo before? Yes, I see 2 hands.
I've heard of Tech Buffalo, but not Power of Tech.
Fabulous. Okay, great. So that means a lot of us have an introduction to what Tech Buffalo is, but Power Up Tech is our internship experience, right? That's our 10-week program that's going to allow you to experience Buffalo from a technologist perspective. As I said before, my name is Gabriella Mckinley. I'm the programs coordinator. So that means that my job is to come talk to you about what programs we have available, to help coordinate what those programs look like, to book the spaces, or reserve the food, coordinate the speakers, and all that jazz. But I am not a recruiter. So if you give me your resume, I will pass it off to our team members, and I'll upload it to our database of people to keep on our log and keep in contact with. But I cannot hire you, and I cannot give you a job. So don't ask me for jobs. That sometimes happens when I go to a college campus. Everyone wants the next opportunity and everyone's so hungry that they come to me, but I am not a hirer. I am a programs coordinator. So you can come to me with lots of questions. You can come to me if you need a connection. You can come to me if you want an opportunity or want to find where opportunities are at. That's what I'm here to do. So who is Tech Buffalo? Right? We're a nonprofit organization that creates sustainable, inclusive, and accessible technology communities here in Western New York. And we do this by attracting, retaining, and fostering tech talent. It's our mission to change the conversation around tech by highlighting what Western New York has to offer. We want to show students, our amazing students in Western New York, that they don't have to leave here in order to grow at their careers and in order to have a successful life as a technologist here in Buffalo. Right? You don't have to run away to New York. You don't have to run away to Chicago or across the country. You can stay right here and thrive. So this is an excellent place to live, work, and play. And that's what Tech Buffalo aims to show you through our Power Up Tech program. So now I also have a short video that I would like to show you that goes a little bit more into depth and shows you with pictures and videos and interviews from our students that shows you what the Power Up Tech experience is like. Please let me know if you can.
If you're someone who's looking to grow quickly in your career, then this is a very opportunistic city, a very great city for you.
Buffalo in particular creates the opportunity to be part of something bigger than yourself, unlike any other community that I've been a part of.
It's hard to describe what it is, but something is happening here.
Power Up Tech works to attract and retain students that are studying tech or tech-aligned roles. We want to make sure that they are plugged in with the resources, with the opportunities, and with each other.
The power of Power Up Tech is bringing all of the interns from the city together and really immersing them in the experience that is not only the employer that they may be trying out, but the community that they're trying out.
And we hope that we've shown them all that this region has to offer so that they know and believe, as we know and believe, that this is the place to start your tech career.
Buffalo is finally getting that love it deserves, man. You know, that Buffalo, you're starting to really feel it. And it's not something that is like here today, gone tomorrow. It seems like people are really starting to build their roots here.
Most employers can control what happens in the internship between 9 and 5, but what happens after the internship is hard to control.
I mean, in terms of Buffalo, I didn't really, I guess going into it, think there was that much to do. But being on Bidwell Parkway, especially in the summertime, I mean, Buffalo comes to life. And I realized very quickly that these people, they're friendly, they're kind. Not only that, they're very welcoming. They want you to be here, but it also just spoke volumes in terms of the embrace that Buffalo has to offer. From that moment on, I was just like, there's something obviously unique about this place.
What I really love about Buffalo is just the people. There's just this personal touch that you can get in Buffalo that I feel like you can't get in other cities.
It's an incredible city to plant yourself because it's very easy to navigate the social networks. It's very easy to bump into the person who runs this company or that company around town.
I got an email from the CEO and he said, hey, we're looking for an intern that's really into fishing and that's going to school for entrepreneurship, and you check both boxes. Would you want to come interview, check us out, see what we're about? Coming in, I really didn't know anything about startups, but now that I've been here, I really love being in the environment of just growing every day and being on that ground floor team before it's something that could be huge one day.
No matter where you're at in your tech journey, we want to make sure that we are providing the on-ramps from a talent perspective, from an exposure and amplification perspective, to get folks involved and to see what could be.
I think Buffalo has enormous potential. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
We then have them do a tech design challenge, which really brings together the 3 pillars of the program, which is community building, hard and soft skill professional development, and learning about Buffalo as that place to live, work, and play. So they're split up into teams, and they are asked to solve for a challenge statement posed by a local nonprofit organization.
Good afternoon. This is our tech solution for the Seneca Street CDC's Problem Challenge.
Tech Design Challenge is my first hackathon experience that I have had, so it was fun. It was really exciting. I know I'm an international student, so I've come from India, and when I came here, I found out tech is a really growing industry here. It's like from big to small companies. You can find opportunity where you feel the most comfortable.
We only see that growing, and so we're really excited to continue to watch these students as they move through Power Up Tech and beyond, to see where they land, to see what they choose, to see how they stay involved.
Power Up Tech is an example of our community going the extra mile in order to make sure people are wowed by what's happening in this city and their ability to get involved.
And I think that shows to the students too that there is a community here in Buffalo that is rallying behind them, that is rallying behind the growth of the tech and innovation industry, and then wants these students to get involved and be a part of that journey together early on.
So I'm actually going to stop there for a second because I have a question. I want you all to tell me why you think internships are important. This is what I'm here to talk about. So I really want to know where the value lies for you all in internships, or where you see the value. Yes, please, PJ.
They help you gain experience on your resume and experience in the career field.
For certain. So that experience component is huge. Experience and connections, yes. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, to gain more experience, yes, absolutely. Make sure I'm not missing any hands here. Yes, so I actually want to, did I miss something here? Helps you network.
Yeah.
Bingo, 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 bingo. Yes, networking. Enough to know.
It helps you learn how businesses interact in the real world.
Yes, right. That hands-on learning. Yes, how businesses are, so you can be at the forefront of how those businesses are working and you can learn from them. So either when you want to start your own business or when you enter the professional world, you are prepared and you aren't, they aren't trying to catch you up while you're trying to learn and while you're trying to get this new job, right? You're already ahead of the game. And that's something that Power Up Tech really, really builds on, that networking component, because in reality, that's how you get jobs. Now, I've read articles and I've talked to students and they're like, God, how do I get a job? I've applied to 20, 50 places on Indeed and I can't land anything, because that's not how you're going to get the job. You're going to get the job through knowing people. Yes, and having the skills and the projects and the portfolio to back it up. But you need to know and foster your connections. And Tech Buffalo is here to help you do that. And the Power Up Tech program is here to help you do that in fun and creative, but also in really skill building and you centered ways. So it's really a fabulous program to help boost your career and help boost you as an individual and as a professional. So I highly recommend you guys take this presentation, take this application, and really take a look at it and apply, right? At the end of the day, we want you to apply because it helps you launch your career in a way that's really difficult on your own. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen one more time. Actually, before I do that, I also want to bring up, because Tech Buffalo, we're a startup, right? We're a fairly established startup, but we are a startup. And as we're all talking about networking and experience and connections, I want to highlight the startup community, the innovation community here in Buffalo, because the closer you can get to those founders, the closer you can get to the people doing the work, making the changes, right? The more you're going to learn, the more questions you can ask. So as you are exploring internships and as you're looking at different things and researching different companies, I want you to really think about researching those startups because they're gonna be a plethora of opportunity for you to not only expand the skills you already have, but also to grow new skills and to venture into territory you might not have experienced before. And that's going to be extremely helpful for you when you want to get jobs, when you just want to meet people, right? Having more skills and a diverse array of skills is going to be crucial. All right, let me go back to sharing my screen. Gosh. Perfect. Everyone can see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fabulous. So these are paid summer internships, right? They're all paid full-time summer internships. So I know a lot of students worry about, man, but I really got to work, or but I really need the extra income, or I need to have a part-time job while I do this internship? The answer is no, unless you want to, of course, but that's a little difficult. But the answer is no, because these internships are paid for, and these internships are paid to you. So that makes your life a lot easier. And that's something that's hard to come by. And we're really proud to make sure that all the internships and all the partners that we collaborate with, they offer paid internships to our students so that they can sustain themselves. You work hard for your skills and you pay to gain your skills. So we want to make sure that you are indeed getting paid for your work because you will be creating some really excellent work. And this QR code is actually your key to these internships. This is the one application I was talking about before. This is that application that will put your information, your skills, your portfolio, your resume into our database where our employers will go through and find and literally use filters and swipe through like Tinder, right? They'll swipe through to find the students that are a match for them. So rather than you having to fill out 15 different applications to hopefully hear back, you fill out one application and let the employers come to you. This program, this software, actually provides platform. This platform actually provides you a lot of control in what employers see, what they don't see, right? How you shape your narrative. It allows you a lot of control that you oftentimes don't have when you just submit your resume or when you just fill out the application that the employers are asking you. And I encourage you all to apply and then there and switch things up and play around. Oh, gotcha. That's the agenda, right? And to play around once your information has been uploaded onto the platform. So like I said, these are paid summer internships, and it connects you to a network of over 500 alumni, but also that doesn't include the partners that you're going to be meeting, the employers, right? The executives that you're going to be meeting. Those are all a part of the network that you're building. Right. And so, yes, you build a network amongst your cohort that will have benefits and that will help you land career shaping opportunities in the future, but also really directly, you're connecting with employers. And also
Gabriella,
yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
When should a student apply for the internship? And secondly, what if I feel I don't have the experience yet to apply? Should I still apply?
These are excellent questions. So this particular application, you can submit on a where it's open on a rolling basis. But we do encourage students to get their applications in as early as possible, because that's when the most employers are going to see you, and it raises your chances of landing an internship exponentially. Right? Because if you wait till the last minute, your pool of employers who are hiring at later in the year, right, will be much smaller than if you did it earlier in the year when more employers haven't filled up all their internship slots already. So I highly encourage you to do that early. And what was your other question?
The other question was, what if I feel I don't have the experience, which let's say many students just coming into school don't have the physical experience that maybe they think they should have. Should I still go forward and apply?
Yeah, because you're literally an intern, and that's what you're there to do. You're there to learn, right? And I would also say you have more experience than you think you do. You can shape and reshape things that you've done, whether they're personal projects, class assignments, homework that you've submitted, right? Things that you have created, things that you have learned, those can all be a part of your portfolio. If you did an assignment that you're really proud of, or took an exam that you're really proud of, you can add that onto your portfolios, and employers can see where your skills lie and what you're passionate about. Or even if you don't have the skills, right? You don't have a project that you're passionate about just yet, you can say what you would like to learn. And that means a lot to employers. When you can elaborate on, hey, I haven't tried this yet, but I really would like to dig deep into it. Here's what I've researched, blase, blase. That helps them go, okay, even if they don't know it yet, we're passionate about this, they're passionate about this, and we know we can teach them. An internship is a learning experience, as we've all stated, right? We all know that. We put it all over the chat. It's really important that we go in there with a learning mindset, right? So that we go and we fill out this application, we go to the internship, not expecting to know everything, because then why are we there, right? Why not just apply for a job? We go there with the opportunity and with the mindset to learn and to grow. And that's what internships are really made for. So I see I have a number of questions in the chat. Um, can you do an IT internship late summer, fall season? I'm asking in case I do an engineering internship in the summer. So our internships are only summer based, right? So you can do a summer internship with us, of course, right? So if you fill out the application and you get hired by an employer, right, then you can do that internship. And then when the fall comes around and your summer internship has ended, you can continue your learning journey by, yes, applying for an internship in the fall, or even applying for a job, depending on what experience and what level you're at. And what's great about having a summer internship is that when those companies are looking for their fall interns, if you did a great job during the summer, you're going to be first on their list to contact in regards to landing a fall internship. So it's a great, so not only is it possible, but it's also a great idea and a great way to continue and launch your career.
Gabriella, if I can add something,
Yeah.
those internship opportunities, if you all are planning for things, is a great stepping stone into organizations for full-time opportunities. Many times companies will bring in individuals for internships. They might have that opportunity to ask that individual if they'd like to stay on with them, because you're growing, you're learning. That gives those companies an opportunity to test you, but also look at this on the flip side. It also gives you that opportunity to test that company or to check that company to see if you want to be part of that organization itself too. So just as much as they're looking at you, you need to be looking at them to see, will this place provide you with upward mobility, opportunities for growth and advancement, learning to be able to take what you've learned from that initial opportunity and go to a different organization and continue to learn and grow, not only from a knowledge standpoint, but also from a financial standpoint. Okay. And to just throw in a plug for an upcoming Speak IT opportunity, we're going to have another session in March where it's going to be called Student Success, where we're going to bring in a bunch of students who have participated in some of these events, and they're going to share with you what they've learned, internship opportunities that they've gotten, and also full-time opportunities that have grown from those internship things. So it won't be a Gabriella and me telling you, It'll be a peer-to-peer conversation where you can ask your peers, what did you do to get the opportunity? What do I need to do to get a similar opportunity? And we hope that many of you will come to that particular session to hear them. So we will just be facilitating, but I look for you guys to come with those hard questions and ask, because if you don't, the things we're sharing with you, they're hard found items. We're here to share. We're here to offer our professional support for you and to you. And we hope that you all take the opportunity that we're providing you and utilize us to get into the field and the profession and just get dangerous. Okay. Back to you, Gabriella.
Thank you. Thank you. Great addition. Thank you. And I see we have a question about, do we have remote internships available? So yes, some employers do hire remote interns, though I will say, you can't be too far, right? Like we've had students come in from Rochester, right? But because of the nature of the Power Up Tech experience, like you said, like you saw the students in the video, they went to the KeyBank Center and they go through panels, right? These are all in-person opportunities. These are all in-person events, and those are required as part of your internship. So you will need to come in throughout the duration of your internship, at some point at least, to participate in those events and activities. Now, the rest of your internship, that's up to you and your employer, right? So there are some that will allow you to work remotely, but if it's a question of like you're too far and you might need housing, or you're an international student, right? We do have housing available, but that's something that you would need to just communicate to your employer and that they would communicate to us. So that's how that process would work. There are also employers on our portal and that we collaborate with that offer visas for students that are international or might need visa status in the United States to work. That's also an option. But again, you would just need to communicate that to your employer. And also, once you submit the application and once you get into our platform and into our portal, that's where you could actually mark off on your card / on your profile, right? That's where you could actually put that you would require a visa in order for work. And there are tons of employers that are willing to sponsor. So don't let that deter you. That's why we have so many options available for students that require such.
Okay.
Would you recommend someone filling out the application that is looking for a part-time internship? Unfortunately, no. Right? These are full-time internships. If you wanted to take the assessment and get yourself in the portal just for now, and then like apply and then actually look for internships later, that's a good bet, especially if you do well on your assessment and you feel like you have a really robust like portfolio and resume that you'd like to share with employers in case in the future they are looking for that. But for these specific summer internships, they're not hiring part-time interns, but it still is a great way for employers to see you. So if there are employers that you're specifically looking at, then they will still see you in our platform. So if you want to get your information on there, yes. Will you get hired off of there? Probably not. Right now, at least. Maybe in the fall, they'll see you and contact you. They can contact you separately outside of our portal. But for the summer, they will only be looking for full-time interns. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you need any further clarification.
Gabriella, you have a question from Herschel?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, hi. I wanted to ask what technical skills are in demand that Tech Buffalo is looking for?
Yes, that's actually a great question. So if you visit our website, we actually have it listed there as well, like what specific technical skills we're looking for, but I'll also read you the list in case you forget. But we're looking for computer science, cloud infrastructure, data science, AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, software engineering. Though if you don't fall directly into any of those categories, that's okay. We're also looking for students who can build alongside tech. So that's project management, marketing, sales, business analytics, operations, product or UX research or design, operations, process improvement. We're looking for an array of students that want to work in tech. So if you're not listed directly in the Build with Tech section, I would say scroll down and fill out the application. That is for those to build alongside tech. Great question. I see we have support in the chat as well.
You've got Daniel. Well, let's go to Daniel Palumbo's room. He's got a question, and then we'll look at the question that's in the chat, if you don't mind, Gabriella.
Of course, yes.
Hi, Gabriella. One quick question. What percentage of people that intern get jobs after they complete their internship, would you say?
So that I don't have an exact number for you, right? But the chances, but I know every internship that I've done has resulted in a job for me, right? But granted, I come from a theater background, right? And I know that I interned at a company, and then years later, when I was in high school, and then years later, they had a job posting, and I said, you know what? I interned here when I was in high school. Maybe they'll remember me, and they did. And they hired me. I'm sure that was already a huge step up. You saw that in the video. We had a student that works at Geisley that was also an intern at first, right? And now he's a full-time employee. So I would say the transfer rate is really high, but do I have an exact number for you? No. But it does increase your chances. The same way, if you are working in a group setting, if you know your friends and you know that they're a good team of friends, you're more likely to choose your friends to work with, right? It's the same kind of concept, right? So I don't know the exact number, but it's always beneficial to get your foot in the door in a learning way, in a lower stakes way than if you were like a professional applying. It's always better to get your foot in the door.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
I did hear a voice that was speaking when I went to Daniel's room. I apologize I couldn't get to you, but if you'd like to speak your question, please do so.
They wanted to ask the question about video game design. Are there companies in Buffalo that are developing video games?
I am certain that there is someone. Do I know them? No, but they would likely be in the startup industry because none of the larger like Ubisoft isn't in Buffalo. You know what I mean? But like there are a lot of the larger corporations are on the other side of the country, but there are those that are, I'm sure, working in the field out here. But could I tell you for certain? No. But I would look at the startup community, the innovation community for those opportunities in game design, because that's where you'll find it here in Buffalo. And that's what will allow you the most hands-on experience and allow you to get closer to the work of everything.
Okay. Herschel, you've got a quick question, and then we'll go to, I believe it's Naresh.
So my question was, I want to ask, are there any mentorships that Tech Buffalo offers at the moment?
Yes. So our mentorship happens during the summer, right? Where students are paired and connected to mentors that are a variety of alum from the program. So people that have alum, as in people that have graduated but participated in the Power Up Tech program, or maybe they didn't graduate just yet, but they participated in the program before. Working with those people and also working with local professionals. So it's a mixture of people that are closer to your age and people that are closer to your professional skill level, and also some working professionals. But yes, we do that during the summer, particularly during our technical design challenge. So there are lots of different ways in order to connect with mentors, but also we are a team that is extremely connected, which is something we're really grateful for. And we are always willing to help students that have a project or they have an idea or they want someone to help mentor them. We're always willing to connect them with people that we know.
Great, thank you. Gabrielle, I'm going to pick on Herschel for a moment. Herschel, I gather you're throwing me away, huh? I'm connected with Herschel, so just teasing him. A couple of questions in the chat. One person says, where can I find the application again? And can you quickly go through the application process?
Yes, so if you scan this QR code, this will take you directly to the application. But also, I'll put this in the chat actually. It's techbuffalo.org. Very simple name, right? Techbuffalo.org, and you can Google us there, and you'll see it says Power Up. You go to the homepage. First thing you see is Power Up Tech application. Apply now. Click on that. It'll take you to the application landing page. That's where you'll take your assessment and fill out your application.
Okay. Do they need to have a resume when they apply?
Not when you first apply. When you are accepted into the portal, right? Once we have to double check to make sure that you actually have like 4+ semesters, right? This opportunity really isn't for freshmen, right? We have to make sure you have 4+ semesters. We have to make sure that you actually like finish the application. Once you do that, then you'll be in our portal, and that's when you'll have an opportunity to upload your resume, to upload any portfolio items that you might want to share. If you created a website, you can put all that on there as well. That's where you'll have the opportunity to do that, which is the second stage of the process. So you don't need one right now, though it's highly recommended, but you don't need one right now, but you will definitely want one a little bit later. You'll also be able to submit endorsements on our platform. So it's getting really connected to your professors, getting really connected to those who might be able to write you a letter of recommendation, or that can be contacted in order to recommend you for a position. That would also be really helpful. So you can start lining those up right now. And I know we had a question about the application process. I'm going to keep going through my presentation because it's going to get there. But this is a really cool page because it shows this is how many employer partners we worked with just last year. Right. So last summer, we were working with all of these companies in a multitude of different regards. So we are well connected. So this is a great opportunity for you to step into our connective tissue. Right. But this is also just goes to show you how diverse and full our Western New York tech ecosystem really is. Right. These are just a few of the employers that are available and looking to hire tech talent in the Western New York area. So here's the application process, right? So you submit your application, you go to the website, you take your assessment, you fill out your information, right? You press submit, right? After you do that, it'll be evaluated by our recruiter. So like I said, my background is in theater. I am not a technologist. I am not qualified to say who is ready to do cybersecurity in the professional world and who is not. But we do have partners over at Aileron. So if you're familiar with Aileron, is anyone familiar with Aileron, that company? Yeah, fabulous, right? So they're located right downtown, and we have partners there, and they're recruiting experts, and they will go through your portal to make sure that you are indeed valid, and that your application is evaluated and your test results are evaluated. So they'll do that, and after you've been evaluated, you'll do an interview with them, and after that interview is when your application will be approved, hopefully, right? It'll be approved. And after it's approved, you'll be uploaded onto our top talent database, which is our Power Up Tech Recruit platform. You'll go on there, and that's where you'll have the opportunity. Then you'll be sent an invite link. And that's where you'll have the opportunity to go through and really upload and edit your profile to make it as appealing and full and well-rounded as you are. And then employers will be able to go through there. And that's how you'll get your internship.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Just doing a quick time check, everybody. We probably have about another 10 minutes remaining time-wise, because I know other people will probably have other classes or other things to join. Are there any questions, just opening up to those of you on the line, that you want to ask Gabriella about? I do see one question that just came in. It says, can I still apply even though I don't meet the semester requirements but have work experience? That's one question.
Is your work experience in one of the categories that we were that I listed? Yes, then I would say go for it. And then also send me an email. I'm going to re-put my email in here. Send me an email after you apply, right? That way I can make sure our recruiters flag your application to make sure that they know that, okay, this is someone that has practical experience, even though you don't meet the, I sent you an email as well. Perfect. Even though you don't meet the semester requirement. What year are you in? Are you a freshman? Yes. Okay. It might be a little tough, but I'll try. Second semester freshman. Okay. Send me an email. I'll see what we can do, because usually they're looking for just slightly more involved candidates that have been through a little bit more of school, but that's okay. Like I said, if you have the work experience, I might ask some questions about what your work experience is, but we don't need to get into that here. We'll do that via email, okay?
Another question that came up that I'm going to kind of interpret this. If I applied through Tech Buffalo, when would you set up an interview with that individual?
So after you submit your application and take your assessment, Aileron will then once it's approved, right? Like if you're missing information or you don't have the semester requirement, right, it might not get approved. But once it is approved, Aileron will then reach out to you within a week, and then that's when you'll do your interview. And then if your interview goes well, right, then that's when you'll be uploaded onto our top talent database. So that whole process takes about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's the timeline you could expect.
Okay, more questions coming in. Can you go over the semester requirements one more time? Second question is, my concentration is in cybersecurity and it's my third semester. Am I qualified?
It's your third semester? Yes, you are, because you need at least 4. So I'll go over the semester requirements, but these are also listed on our website. So if you scan the application code, you can visit them. You can see it all there. Here, I'll skip ahead. That way you can see it. I think we should spend most of our time going through these questions. We have a lot of questions. So if you scan here, you can see it there as well. But you need a minimum of 4 semesters for computer science. You need a minimum of 6 semesters for cloud infrastructure, a minimum of 6 semesters for data science, AI, machine learning, and a minimum of 6 semesters for cybersecurity, and a minimum of 6 semesters for software engineering. Now, if you don't have those, or if your track isn't listed, that's when you'll scroll down and build alongside tech. But to take either of those assessments, you'll need you need to meet those semester requirements. Okay?
I think you've already, with that answer, I think you've answered Emma's question, which would have been, do you have internship opportunities for people who don't have enough semester requirements and who are new to tech industry, just to get the learning experience? So I think you've said you need at least 4 semesters
So
of that.
Emma, I would then ask you what your track would be. If you were trying to do either of those tracks, if you're trying to do cybersecurity or computer science, cloud infrastructure, whatever, all that stuff, then I would say that no, we don't have that available for you right now. But if you wanted to do something like project management, marketing, UX research, right, then I would say go ahead and take that assessment. Though you might get rejected, and that's okay. It's still worth taking the assessment to see where you land.
Okay. One other question is, am I qualified if I finish one equivalent semester of IT programming concentration?
Am I qualified for one equivalent? So what do you mean by one equivalent semester?
Let's see. That's from
Enough?
Anaf. Anaf, are you able to expand on that? It's between finishing the first and second semester of classes.
Or between finishing the first and second semester of classes?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll probably want a little more experience, and that answers Anthony's question as well. You'll want to wait till you have about 4 plus semesters of experience before you apply, unless you have like that work experience that you feel like might equate or might level out. I'll ask you about those things, but that's something that you'll want to email me. But otherwise, yes, you'll want to wait till you hit that 4 plus semesters of experience prior to applying, because what will happen is that your application will likely be rejected unless you have that work experience.
If I can add something, and then Peter will come to your question. I know many of you are concerned about your experience and what you do and don't have. From my experience with many students, I believe the best thing that you can do is to read the prerequisites of the job requirement. Look and see how much of that you do and don't have. If you have a reasonable amount of qualifications, apply. Let that employer or prospective organization tell you you don't have all the qualifications. We can only share with you our experience. We can't answer for what the individual is that you're going to speak with or talk to, or organization might respond. But the beauty and the best thing of this, I believe, for all of you is get the experience, the exposure of going out and talking to some of these recruiters, to do the interviews. If you don't have that behind you, you're going to be afraid when you do talk these to a manager about an opportunity. And plus, please don't get pushback if you don't get that first opportunity or that second opportunity. The market right now is very hard, very tough. I work for M&T Bank full time as what they call a scrum master. If you don't know what that is, look it up and call me and we'll talk about it. But you have to put in a little bit of effort. You will have other people competing with you. Think about it. All the other people on the phone right now, minus Gabriella and myself, are your competition for these opportunities. So you need to have sharp resumes. You need to have good communication skills, and you need to get some of these interview experiences, excuse me, behind you to sharpen up your own personal skills. And for those of you that are in any of my classes, I'm more than happy to spend some time with you. Just schedule it with me. We can have a call, a chat, a WebEx, whatever, and I'm here to help you if you want that help. Just outreach to me.
Yeah, and can I just say one thing? I know we're running low on time, but my biggest piece of advice, 'cause I know someone asked about like the skills gaps. My biggest piece of advice is for students to go out and network. And by networking, I don't mean just go around asking everyone for a job, because it does not work. People smell desperation and it stinks, right? And no one wants it, right? So what I would highly recommend you do is go out and network before you need the job. Do it now, right? While you're still in school and you're not desperate for it, you got to do it now. That way you can focus on just getting to know other people, just getting to meet other people, let them know you, let them know what you're passionate about, and then ask them what they're passionate about, what projects they're working on, what is their title, what does their job entail, what would they like to do? Ask them all those questions, learn about them, let them learn about you, and then when you do need a job, keep in contact with them. And then when you do need a job, you're at the forefront of their mind, right? Or at least when you apply to the job, they go, "Oh, yeah, I know Gabriella. Yeah, let's at least bring her in for an interview." That's how that works. That's how I got this job. I couldn't recommend it more. Okay.
Well, Gabriella, thank you for the plug for our next Speak IT session, which is why networking and why mentoring. Okay, that's going to be on February the 25th. As soon as I get the flyer, I'll send it out to individuals in my classes. Linda will send that out to other people shortly within her classes. But if you're not in Linda's sphere or my classes, you can send me an email and I will personally make sure that you have a copy of that flyer along with the next upcoming events that we have for spring 2026. Peter, you got about 60 seconds for what you'd like to say and about 60 seconds for us to respond to that. So go ahead, Peter.
All right. Thank you so much. I just want to take this moment to thank Howard, Linda, and then Pras Gabriel for this opportunity. My name is Peter. I actually work for M&T and I work in technology. And then I'm actually Howard is my mentor, and Linda was my mentor. She's still my mentor. They mentors me every time. I also mentor other students in college. And then my question was like, you talked about mentorship. How do you guys keep that discipline for the mentees to always enjoy? Like, how do you make sure they enjoy the mentorship that you give them? And keeping that discipline of like checking on you all the time. And my other question is, how would the student bring something on the table instead of like chasing the interns and chasing the jobs and jobs? How would the student know his value to bring on the table? Thank you.
So these are both very, very good questions. Can you repeat your first one for me?
Yeah, my first question was how, like, when it comes to mentorship, how do you keep the students, having that discipline of coming all the time? You know what I mean?
So both you and whoever your mentor is, right? You can select your mentor, at least through our program, you select your mentor, you guys establish what that looks like. It could look like asking one-off questions based on whatever project you're working on, or it could look like grabbing coffee, right? Which I highly recommend. Right? It could look like grabbing coffee, grabbing tea or whatever, and having a conversation, right? It all starts with a conversation. Now, the frequency of that it varies, right? You have to understand that, especially when you're looking at a mentor that's a professional, they are very busy people and their schedules are already packed. So if they're making time to meet with you, it's important that you utilize that time efficiently and that you utilize that time, right, to really get to know and to take information in rather than trying to tell them too much about you. Definitely show them what you're passionate about and that you're interested, but take more than you are giving. You are the mentee, receive, because they have the knowledge, right? And then my advice for going networking, can you repeat how you phrase that your second question?
Yeah, I was saying when it comes to networking or connecting, like networking with the career, some students they're chasing, but
Yeah.
how would they have, how would they find the value to bring on the table
Yeah.
instead of
So
chasing?
Yeah, so it's important that you take stock of and take note of what you have done, right? If you are a college student, you only have experience up to college. Like you don't have to push yourself to try to match the experience or the level of people that have been doing the work for 30 years, right? You have tons of experience in college. And it also helps the more active you are in college, the more active you were in high school, all that is relevant experience. And all that is relevant to bring to the table. You've learned things. And it doesn't matter how young you are, it doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is that you are passionate and that you're willing to learn. And people that are smart and in this industry will always be trying to learn, whether that's from someone younger than them or whether that's from someone older than them. You need to be ready to learn, but also ready to share what knowledge you've gained throughout your time in school. So I highly recommend you do that, right? Learn and then share what you've learned. And like
I
I said,
know we're at, I'm
don't
sorry.
wait
Go
till you
ahead,
need a
Gabrielle.
just gonna say, don't wait till you need a job to do it. That's what will take away the chase, take away the desperation in your voice. Don't wait till you need a job.
If I can just add two things before we close. One, thank you all for participating in this call. We hope to see you at other future Speak IT sessions. And number two, for the mentoring relationships, I would say that's all part of relationship building. Okay. Every mentor is not going to, you're not going to have the best chemistry. Peter and I have been mentor mentees for, I don't know, what, 5-6 years now, Peter?
Yes.
And I can't get rid of this guy. Every time I get rid of him, he comes back. So we're tight. The second thing is, I think what Peter added also is the student value. Bring something to the table. Okay. If you mentor with me, I'm in the tough love business. As long as you bring something, I'll try to share and help you. But the relationship doesn't have to be, we don't have to meet every week. We don't have to meet every day. That relationship is you build it and you grow it. If Peter needs me, he knows how to reach me, and I will get back to this gentleman whenever he asks me a question, anytime, and vice versa. Okay, he's offered things to me that I did not know. Okay, and secondly, when you have your meetings with your mentors, always bring something to ask. That person may not have all of the answers, like but I have a network of individuals that I can go to get that answer. So if I don't know much about Tech Buffalo, that's Gabriella's space. I'm gonna connect you with her. She will help you. But what I will warn my mentees is when I do that connection, you represent me. When you talk to Gabriella, make sure you're on your A game. If you're not, she's going to let me know. And when she lets me know, you've now lost 2 individuals in a network where you could have built on that and used that to grow and get opportunities. So as you come to build your network of individuals, use that to grow. The more people you connect with, the more opportunities you have available to you. Because right now, Gabrielle's a new person in my network. If I need something, I'll outreach to her. If she needs anything, she can outreach to me. And if you are the person in between, you now have two people. And now you got to look at it this way. We have a network of people. So instead of you just having two, you might have 50 people behind you that could help you. That's how you're going to build. That's how you're going to grow. So I know we're a few minutes over. Gabriella, I want to first thank you very much for your time, attention, and detail to this particular group. And I hope all of you will come back. Gabriella has given you her email address. That's your opportunity. Take advantage of that. Okay. And what I will tell all my mentees is this. Gabrielle came to do this for you. Send her a thank you. Make her remember you for a reason. And should you do that when you do contact her, she can say, I remember this person from Speak IT, and you're going to be on the quicker list to respond than the other people who she doesn't know. It's so forth. So just in closing, we're here for you guys, but you got to come to us if you need us. Okay. So again, thank you all for your time, your attention. We look forward to seeing you at future Speak IT events. Gabriella, you got an open invite to any of the Speak IT events that we have, and you're welcome to participate or you're welcome to just come and listen in if you'd like. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I do have to
Thank
run.
you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you all for attending. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.